Welcome to Tigercast, the College and Career Readiness podcast where you learn useful tips to help you plan for your future. Today we're joined by our special guest, Private First Class Bessie from the United States Marines. Before we start our interview, remember to take control of your future by joining the California Army National Guard and serve your community during local and state emergencies. You'll learn marketable skills, earn a paycheck for money, and get money for school. Contact Sergeant Aquino today at 916-233-7615. So hi, how are you?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. So I just have a couple questions for you today about what your MEPS experience was like before you joined the Marines and what the beginning process was like through boot camp and all that stuff. So if you could just explain to us like what your life looked like before you joined the Marines and then the whole process of you going to MEPS, that'd be great.
Well, my life before the Marines was really nothing. Graduated high school. Didn't have a plan set for me myself. Had jersey throughout high school. Went with that. Stuck with the military idea and just continued from there.
Cool. And then how did you get in contact with the recruiter?
He got in contact with me. They had little tiny classes when I'm in class, and they just went in depth detail about their services, and I went with the right one.
Cool. And then did they take you to MEPS to do all your testing and stuff like that?
Yeah. First, they take you to their office to take a pre-test, and that test is a lot harder than the actual test. The test at MEPS is about an hour or so. It doesn't really take that long, unless you take that long. But basic knowledge.
Yeah. And then when you took the test, did you stay at the hotel?
Yes, I stayed at the hotel before shipping to boot camp, not going to MEPS.
What was that like?
It was interesting, not having to see family that night, but interesting.
Yeah. And then, so when did you ship off to boot camp? What did that whole process look like? Just before that and then shipping out from when you got to MEPS and then finally going?
Well, we got to MEPS. We got a little time to see our families. Went through a whole day of processing. That night, went to the hotel, stayed at the hotel. The next day, we shipped out. We went on buses to the airport and went from there to San Diego.
Mm-hmm. And then did you have reception or anything like that before?
Reception?
Yeah. No, not like any of the other branches before you go to boot camp? No? Okay.
I have no idea.
No, that's totally fine. And then what did boot camp look like for you? What was your living quarters like?
Well, we lived in a squad bay, and it was pretty big, but you have around 100 or so people in there, so it looks big, but it's not that big.
Mm-hmm. And what was the food like?
A home-cooked meal. It was pretty good.
Yeah. What was your favorite?
On Saturdays, afternoon chow, we always had hamburgers, so that's always the best.
Yeah. And then what did your just day-to-day training look like at boot camp?
You march everywhere, you learn drill, you have to pick that up real fast. Other than that, it switches off and on throughout the days. You go through PT, McMAP, which is Marine Combat Martial Arts, pretty interesting. And just courses throughout the day.
Did you have any free time?
Yes. Every night you have an hour of free time. And Sundays you have 4 hours of free time if you don't go to church.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Also, what was your favorite part about boot camp?
I would say the last week.
Mm-hmm.
We actually got to feel the true feeling of being a United States Marine.
Yeah, that's super awesome. But what was your least favorite part?
The first week there, they took all your clothes, took everything from you, shaved your head, just brought your spirits down, but then eventually brought you back up.
Yeah, that's super awesome. Well, that's all the questions I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you.